after class. So before we started, alhamdulillah, we had a brother that accepted Islam, that is new to our community. So Brother Hamad, I want to once again congratulate you on joining our community and accepting Islam. So he just took his shahada. So in that little camera right over there, you've got about 30,000 people watching you right now. So if you just say Assalamu alaikum, and I'm your new brother. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, that's all. I just wanted to welcome him on camera. So all of you that didn't get to witness the shahada, welcome our brother virtually, inshallah. So you can go back to what you were doing, inshallah, but give me a hug before you go. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Thank you for joining our community. Thank you for blessing our masjid to be the place where you took shahada. So alhamdulillah, we're very happy to have him. All right, now I can start my halaqah. I just wanted to make sure we gave him as much love as possible, inshallah, from both our community here as well as our community that tunes in on a weekly basis. All right, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man wala. So we're in the last 5, I know that much. I don't know if we're 35 or 36, and some of you should be able to tell me that, but we're in the last 5, I know that much. And we're getting into a discussion that's particularly very near and dear to my heart. It's the topic of special needs. Now, if you've heard me discuss special needs, and we've had many halaqas about special needs, we've addressed it from many different aspects. We've talked about the reward of taking care of those with special needs. But special needs, or people with both mental illness or physical disability or special needs, whatever it may be, how does this play into the role of society? What is society's duty towards people in this regard? And there's really a beautiful hadith that I just found overwhelmingly beautiful today. But before I get to it, how does this factor into a discussion on social justice? Or how does this factor into a discussion of the duties of society, the obligations of society towards each and every single one of its members? Well, if you're looking at pre-Islamic Arabia, the Jahili Arabs, one of the things that they used to do is they associated curses and bad omens with people with special needs. So you might notice in some of the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ, some of his traditions, his insisting on eating and drinking with people that had special needs. Why? Because they were looked at as a burden on society, and they were looked at as having some sort of curse associated with them. So people would shy away from sitting with them. They wouldn't be invited to meals, and there was this idea that you had to stay far away, because if you invited them or if you were around them, then you might contract some sort of curse that's been bestowed upon them. This wasn't something that was specifically to the 7th century Arabs. In fact, if you read in the philosophy of Plato, I mentioned Aristotle last week when we talked about women. What Plato said about those with special needs is that they are a malicious category constituting a burden on society and a damaging factor to a republic. Meaning, basically, philosophers and many societies spoke of people with special needs as a category that was purely a burden and that needed to be treated as a burden, and that if a society wanted to be successful, then they had to find a way to dispose of this category in the most efficient way. And I have many different quotes from different philosophers, which I'm not going to go through now. We'll put them in the notes, inshallah ta'ala. So if you're going to the website, there are notes that are that are posted every week under the halaqah at yaqeeninstitute.org. So I'll put the notes of some of the quotes from different philosophers and how they conceived of people with special needs as being a particular burden on society. And again, particularly in Jahili, in the time of Jahiliyyah, in the time of the days of ignorance in Arabia. This helps you further appreciate the story of a man like Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, who was a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, who was particularly ostracized.